Coleco Pocketfuls. This one's the Speedway. Now, this is not the one I had back then when I was a kid. This is from the 80s, after Coleco got a hold of the license, I guess, to produce these things from Tomy. The original set were called Tomy Pocketfuls or Tomy Pocket Games. The very first one they released in the US, of course, was baseball, which I had, as you can see here. I'll do a video on this sometime in the future. In the UK, they were called Pocketeers. There's actually a really cool website that you can go to see all different models of these little games. I'll put a link in the show notes down below if you go check these out if you're interested in these. They're actually kind of cool to collect. Now, the original one was called Tomy Raceway, and it had like a blue background for the racetrack. And it was kind of plain looking. I kind of like the look of this one better than the original one I had, but it's still basically the exact same game. So the basic object of the game, of course, is you're running a racetrack. So you start the cars like this, and you turn this little dial right here, and the cars will race around the track. Now, each car will take a turn crossing the finish line depending on how many laps you do. And if you're good at determining what position these start in, you can pretty much guess how many laps it's going to take before that car will cross. Like, you know, maybe, for example, this car here, maybe it'll take 3 or 4 laps before he'll cross the finish line, all that kind of stuff. If you get good enough at it, you can actually make a little bit of extra lunch money like I used to when I was a kid. I got pretty good at being able to guess which one of these little blocks here would cross the finish line in so many laps. And I kind of like memorized it. So my buddies would say, oh, I'll bet you 5 cents that this car here, I was okay. And I would get some extra lunch money. Get me some extra chocolate milk. Awesome. So on the back we have the game instructions. So basically it talks about here, it says, go to the races wherever you happen to be by just reaching in your pocket. Line up the forward cars in 2 pairs behind the starting line by turning the handle. Loose cars will be moved around by shaking the case. Yes, these are held on by magnets, and you shake the case. Ah, they go everywhere. So you just got to move them around to get back on the magnets again. Oop, 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 oop. Oh, there we go. So now we're basically lined up again. This one actually belonged to someone by the name of Kevin Selekov. I got your game, Kevin. So, okay. We're going to start the race. I usually use a pencil on these things. I could use a finger normally, but my fingers are so freaking fat. I don't like that. I just use a freaking pencil right here. This works better. This works pretty good. So as you turn the dial, the cars will race around the track. Now, according to the rules, if a car goes off sides, like this one just did right here, that was disqualified from the race. So this guy, in this starting position, you never want to bet on that car to begin with, because it's always going to be disqualified in 1 lap. As a matter of fact, each car is going to be disqualified depending on how many laps you do. So that's part of the ground rules you got to establish, like, are we going to allow, you know, disqualifications? Because if you do, you're only going to do like maybe 4 or 5 laps where each car is going to be disqualified. So however you want to play the game. So as you continue on around, you'll see the cars pass each other. It looks like the red car maybe is going to win. Yep, the red car won that time. So you go around again. So on the next lap, it's probably going to be the green car or the blue car. It looks like it's the blue car. So you notice, typically, it's the car on the inside lane here, when it comes around, is going to win the race. So the more you keep going around, you'll see each car will take a turn at winning. Oh, there, that time was a yellow car. Go around again. Oh, red car. So it's kind of cool. Pretty cool. Now, one of the things I did when I was a kid, you know, I couldn't help myself, is I got a little DC electric motor, and I put like a little rubber wheel on it, and I stuck it on this crazy thing so it would spin it around really fast. And you're like, man, those cars are whipping around, until all of a sudden I heard something go, and the string broke inside. I took it apart to try to repair. I never got it back together again. It's fairly complex the way they got this all hooked up inside of here. So don't put an electric motor on the spinning wheel, otherwise you will be sorry. They had a horse race version of this as well. I never got one of those. I didn't really see the point. I like cars anyway. But I love this game. It was so much fun to play around with. Anyway, do you have memories of any of these type of little mechanical pocket games from Tomy or maybe Coleco? Maybe you got one of these as well. So comment down below. Which ones did you like? Did you have the Speedway like this one? What kind of memories do you have of that one? Awesome. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Let's go fast. If you'd like to hear more about these little Coleco Pocketful games or the Tomy games in general, check out the Colecovisions podcast, Minisode number 1, where I discuss a little bit of the history of the Tomy Pocket games, which ones I had, and some other good fun stuff. Link down below.
Hey, there's Hasbro! Hasbro makes toys! What's new, Hasbro?
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's well.
Okay, let them go. Some of the great SSP racers for 72.
M-A-R-X spells Mark's world's largest toy maker.
Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy, and so do girls.
And remember, if it isn't Duncan, it isn't Yo-Yo.